Moving along on planetfuckyou.com, we come to the next headline. The link reads, "Holy fuck, sex in church?" We click on the link and it takes us to thecollegefix.com. It looks like it's a right-minded campus news, so you know what kind of slant you're going to get right away. How nice. In Meadville, Allegheny College's Ford Memorial Chapel was transformed into a boudoir of sorts Wednesday night as professional sex educators advised students in attendance how best to touch themselves and their partners to reach orgasm in what was billed as an education seminar. The chapel, built and dedicated in 1902, is where Catholic Mass and non-denominational services are conducted every week at the private liberal arts college in northwestern Pennsylvania. But all that took a back pew to Wednesday's festivities dubbed I Heart the Female Orgasm and hosted by a variety of student groups on campus. The two sex educators, Marshall Miller and Kate Weinberg, talk students through a variety of masturbation techniques during the event. Sometimes it can be difficult finding your G-spot by yourself, blah, 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 this bitch says, because it involves inserting a finger. This fucking bitch. Miller also weighed in, noting, "Some women find that if they change the angle or position, then they can have an orgasm. Whoop-de-whoop." This is really funny. A couple of really funny quotes out of this. It says, "Meanwhile, sex educators also told the students that masturbation is not a sin." Oh my goodness, that is really funny. He goes on to say, a lot of biblical scholars say that the primary anti-masturbation story, but I really don't see it, she continued, was Onan wasn't struck dead for masturbating. He was struck down for not sleeping with his brother's wife. So the masturbation wasn't the sin. So obviously, the Bible is something that's interpreted in a lot of different ways. Because Onan refused to sleep with his brother's wife, so he spilled his seed on the ground, and for that, God struck him dead. So that's pretty funny. "If you've got a vagina, your genitals are tucked pretty neatly inside your body," Captain Obvious says. It's a pretty handy place to keep one's genitals, really. Oh, fuck, enough of that. What a dumbass bitch. Moving on. So we've got this article on Drudge, one of the first things I saw this morning. I stayed up reading it. It's long. It's a 10-page article on the healthcare industry. The link here on planetfuckyou.com reads, "Read up, get smart, get on Medicare." Because, at the end of the article, that's pretty much who's getting the best deal there, Medicare. Medicare is paying a nonprofit hospital $554 while they charge you $8,000 for the same thing. Of course, the big difference is, Medicare can't really default. You can default. You can go bankrupt. This is a really good story. Of course, it's put out by Time Magazine. The link takes us to Time Magazine. And so you know what you're getting right away with Time Magazine. You're getting the state's official line. You're getting whatever the state's economists want you to hear. I mean, it's totally hand in glove. Every word is sanctioned beforehand. So you know that you're getting fed a piece of propaganda. But the thing is, this dude is actually really smart. The propaganda is trying to turn you against the free market, you see, because it's talking about the evilness of doctors and their evil, the nonprofit institutions, and particularly turning you against the church because the Catholic Church, the Sisters of Mercy, are really Sisters of Profit, and they got fucking all kinds of millions. All this is true. And maybe some of these people and institutions, every institution, I argue, in fact, needs to be turned on. But where the spin occurs in this article is there is no free market when it comes to healthcare. There hasn't been a free market when it's come to healthcare for fucking 30, 40 years. So the point is moot in the sense that you can't argue against these doctors working the system and then claim to be for the system. I mean, how fucking dumb are you? So that's where the spin occurs in this article. It's not that physicians are so evil and want profit, though they do. It's that the government has intervened and fucked up the system from the gate. Whenever the government gets involved, it fucks everything up. It distorts the entire market. That's why, as it points out in the article, technology increases in the field cause dramatic increases in price instead of the other way around. Like when you get a cell phone, the iPhone's cheaper, it gets cheaper, all that shit. So read up on the article and get smart and get on Medicare, and that's pretty much the point. Moving on to the next headline on planetfuckyou.com, we see the link reads, Illinois tyrant. Fuck your online anonymity. And this dude's really pissed about it. He's not wanting you to have any kind of comments left on the page anonymously, because heaven forbid. It takes us the link to Tucker Carlson's rag, the Daily Caller. The headline reads, Illinois state senator pushes anti-anonymity bill. I mean, are we surprised coming out of Illinois? No. We look on here. A recently introduced bill in the Illinois State Senate would require anonymous website comment posters to reveal their identities if they want to keep their comments online. The bill, called the Internet Posting Removal Act, is sponsored by Illinois State Senator Ira Silverstein. Oh, sounds like a kike, doesn't he? It states that a website administrator, upon request, shall remove any comments posted on his or her website by an anonymous poster unless the anonymous poster agrees to attach his or her name to the post and confirms that his or her IP address, legal name, and home address are accurate. You know, didn't we read something about this happening in China not too recently? Oh, motherfuck, we did. That's true. They actually proposed this in China a while ago on Weibo, their Twitter. The Democratic lawmakers' bill, we're not surprised, it's a fucking communist, which does not ask for or clarify requirements from entities requesting the comment removal, would take effect 90 days after becoming law. Pseudonyms and anonymous comments have long been a critical part of U.S. public discourse, though the bill may be on shaky legal ground. That's fucking ridiculous. It has no ground to stand on. It's absolutely retarded. You see, this bill is part of a larger trend of lawmakers seeking to censor anonymous online speech. They did one in New York. The New York State Assembly sought the passage of a similar bill in May of 2012. In Arizona, they worked to ban internet trolling altogether. In April, Arizona governor signed the law. Jan Brewer, that fucking leather-faced old bag, signed the bill into law only after contentious language was cut. In Tennessee, they're fucking around down in Tennessee. I mean, everywhere. This is just going right after you and whatever anonymous comment you might leave on YouTube, because, of course, they don't want their fucking ego hurt. Well, fuck them. Ira Silverstein, fuck you. Motherfucker. Moving on to the next headline here on Planet Fuck You. We see the link reads, Lindsey Grahamnesty, our drones have killed 47 people already. Oops. Turns out Lindsey Grahamnesty actually spilled the beans. You click on the link here and it takes you to an amazing story, and I can't believe some of the just justification and total bullshit that comes out of it. It's in the Telegraph, so it's out in the UK. The merry old UK says U.S. Senator says drones death tolls 4,700. A U.S. Senator has said an estimated 4,700 people, including some civilians, have been killed in the contentious bombing raids of America's secretive drone war. Not so secret, really, if it's on the fucking front page of the Telegraph. So, here we go. It was the first time a politician or any government representative had referred to a total number of fatalities in the drone strikes, which have been condemned by rights groups as extrajudicial assassinations. The toll from hundreds of drone-launched missile strikes against suspected al-Qaeda militants in Pakistan, Yemen, and elsewhere has remained a mystery as U.S. officials refuse to publicly discuss any details of the covert campaign. But Republican Senator Lindsey Grahamnesty, a staunch supporter of the drone raids, openly cited a number that exceeds some independent estimates of the death toll. We've killed 4,700, Mr. Graham was quoted as saying by the Easley Patch, a local website covering the small town of Easley in South Carolina. Sometimes you hit innocent people, and I hate that, he laments, but we're at war. And we've taken out some very senior members of al-Qaeda. He's telling the Rotary Club this. Mr. Graham's office did not dispute his reported remarks, but suggested that he had not divulged any official classified government figure, like as if it's out there, right? A spokesman told AFP that the senator quoted the figure that has been publicly reported and disseminated on cable news. A total fucking lie. His remark was unprecedented, as U.S. officials have sometimes hinted at estimates of civilian casualties, but never referred to a total body count. Now, this is the first time a U.S. official has put a total number on it, said Micah Zenko, a fellow at the Council on Foreign Relations. That fucking lovely organization. If there was an official death toll estimate, it would be classified as secret, he added, raising the prospect that Mr. Graham could have broken secrecy laws. Several organizations have tried to calculate how many militants and civilians may have been killed in drone strikes since '04, but have arrived at a wide range of numbers. The figure cited by Gramnesty matches the high end of a tally by a London-based Bureau of Investigative Journalism, blah, blah, blah. They say 3,100 and 4,700. Yemen and Somalia, ridiculous. The Washington-based New America Foundation says there have been 350 drone strikes since '04, most of them during Barack Obama's presidency, and the foundation estimates the death toll between 1,900 and 3,200, with only 261 being innocent civilians. Ridiculous. Remember Dianne Feinstein, that lying fucking whore? Listen to what she says. In hearings this month on the nominee to lead the CIA, John Brennan, Dianne Feinstein said she understood that the number of civilians killed was in the single digits. Now, one of two things is going on here. Either she's totally lying to you, or she thinks you're stupid enough that you actually would believe that she knows that number. That's what's ridiculous there. But of course, she's totally full of shit. A bitch like her would come out and say, oh, well, I know everything. I'm on this committee and that committee and secret this and that, and I fucking know it all. Well, then that would lead one to infer you're lying, whore. So guess what? Fuck you.